guys. Not much has changed since the last time I filmed, but I'm out here today and I thought I'd give you a little update, a little check-in on what I am doing. So there's literally a heat advisory going on right now, so probably won't get too much done today, but I wanted to come out before it got hot and see what I could get into. I started taking the rotten wood out of the Overcab area so that I can cut new wood to put in there. And I'll show you on the outside what I'm working on right now, but let me show you inside real quick. So this is the side here that still had the drip over there. So this is the side I am starting on. Took out some of this rotten wood. Back here, this steel beam here has nails coming out of it. I have no access to the bottom. They don't go through to the outside of the RV, so I have no way of taking them out. The only solution I haven't checked with my dad yet, but I think this will work, is just, you know, snip them off, put in my new wood through there, and, you know, use some sort of like flat bracket, you know, figure like an L bracket but flat instead of L-shaped, and put them, you know, across the joins here to help hold everything up. And I think that would be fine. Same with down there, all the way at the end, right there, there's a bolt that connects this bottom metal piece to a metal piece that runs up along there. Again, I can't take that out, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to go around it somehow and make do. So yesterday I went around and I took out all of the screws up along there to that seam and started taking it off. Came off pretty easily. I was kind of surprised most of the screws came out in one piece. So that is where I'm at now. That's what I'm gonna work on today. So I thought I was all ready to go today with putting the new wood in. I was so excited. Yet again, another problem. So this piece here, which was connected, this section of wood here wasn't very rotten, so I was gonna let it there. Underneath here there was plywood, actually particle board, and it was completely rotted, so that fell out. So I thought, well shit, I guess I gotta replace that too. But since this board isn't rotten, it is not wanting to come out. I mean, honestly, I'd much rather have one continuous board the whole way down here anyway, but I was just trying to save time and energy and just, you know, putting a piece in where it was needed. So trying to get this piece out now. Took off this little piece here because, as you can see there, that is how it is attached. So I have this little saw here, courtesy of my father, and I'm just hacking at it, getting it out any way that I can. Alright, well, it's probably a good thing I am taking this out anyway. Evidently this board is a little more rotten than I thought. got it out. I am so happy. Like literally a couple hours ago this morning I was out here trying and I gave up. I was like, I can't do this. I need somebody to come help me. You know, I went inside and had myself a little pity party and I decided I'd come back out and give it another shot, totally thinking that I was wasting my time, that I was just gonna end up giving up again. But I got it out. Such a small victory, but it makes me so happy. So now I'm gonna go and cut a new board to put in there and hope I don't mess it up. Finally have the new piece of wood in place. I had to do some very minor adjustments. I just used a sander to shave just a little bit off here and just a little bit more off here because this one has like staples still sticking down, and I couldn't get them out as hard as I tried. I even tried that little saw and it wasn't working, so I figured it'd be easier just to sand a little divot out of there, and it worked. So happy right now. Hello, hello. Today is a new day. Got that board in, it was 2 days ago, and then I had to stop because of a rainstorm that never actually came. Then the following day was supposed to rain. It did rain kind of on and off, so again, didn't do anything yesterday. I have it tarped just in case. But my dad was here yesterday and he got the transmission lines replaced, so that's all good to go. I can start it and I can drive it, which I still haven't done. So anyway, today we're back working on the Overcab, and first thing I'm gonna do, I got these brackets, these L brackets, and I'm gonna put these in some of the spaces here to help pull everything together before I go outside and put the trim back on. And that is wet. What now? Now where is it leaking? Yeah, that is definitely still wet. Oh my god. It is all wet. There's a puddle. Maybe it's coming in the lights. The marker lights up there. Right there is a puddle of water. But it's just right there. There is some over there in the little crevice. This right here, I would say, is coming directly from that light and dripping straight down to that puddle. And then there's wetness here and all across the front, which I mean, I thought for sure. I've sealed that window, well, 4 times total now. First time we took the window completely out, took the glass out of the frame, resealed the entire thing, put it back up. Then it still leaked. So I went around it with my Proflex caulk, silicone type caulk. It's not silicone, but you know, the clear caulk, went around it and had a rainstorm and it came out still leaking. It was leaking in 3 particular spots, which when I got back up there and looked at it, I was like, oh, okay, maybe I didn't do as good of a job caulking it as I should have. I was too worried about it being nice and neat and pretty, and so then I went around it again and put it on heavily, making sure I had every tiny little crevice. It rained since then. I came out here and looked. It was dry. Now here we are, 3 weeks probably after that, and still wet. I don't know what else to do. My only guess right now is that it's coming in them lights. I wasn't out here when it was raining, so I couldn't actually see it. But definitely the next time it rains, I'm just gonna have to come out here and watch, like from the beginning, to see exactly where it's coming in at. I'm so frustrated over this. So frustrated. Bummer, I did not expect to see that today, but like I said, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going with what I have started. So the first thing I'm going to do is go around and clean it with denatured alcohol, and then I'm going to mark where the screw holes are, so that when I put my trim back up, you know, everything will be lined up where it needs to be. Plastic shit was quite a pain in the ass. Other than that, it wasn't too bad. I did not push it down on the other side of the seam yet, especially at the roof joint, because that one there, I want to put a piece of Turnabond at the top. I wish I would have done it first, but I didn't notice it until I got to it. But the part where the roof overlaps, that seam right there, there's a lot of movement on it, so I want to push it down and put some Turnabond there, and then I'm gonna finish sealing the tape on the other side of the seams. So here's what I did up here. The seam that came down was a little opened up, so I put the Turnabond on, and then I added another piece of this Seal Tight, I think is what it's called. Did get bunched up a little around the corners, but you know, it's still there. In some areas I wish it was a little bit wider too, like where it's just barely covering a screw hole. I mean, this isn't the only line of defense. There's going to be butyl tape and sealant over it as well. So that's what it looks like so far. Okay, so my son came out and helped me hold the trim up to get a couple screws in. I will show you doing the rest of it. I had to brace the new board that I put here on the inside because the screws didn't want to go in, it just kind of wanted to push it away. So I rigged up a little brace and got a couple screws in, and it's going all right. If I could do it over again, I would buy longer screws and like one size bigger. I went with the exact same size that was in here originally, and you know, it's fine, but in where I'm going in holes, previous holes in the old wood, yeah, I just wish I would have went up one more size just to give it a little more grip on it, you know, but I'm gonna use what I have, and if it doesn't seem like the screws are gripping good enough, then I'll stop and go buy more screws and wait, because I have to get them on Amazon. So hopefully it works out. It's definitely not the prettiest thing, but I'm confident it's going to keep the water out, and that's all that really matters. Just went around and trimmed off a little bit of the excess butyl tape that squeezed out, and now I'm going to go around it with Proflex, and then it's done. At least that part. So, sorry it's a little dark, and sorry you probably can't hear me that well, but came out mid-rainstorm at, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning, whatever time it is, to see where that moisture was coming from, and as I suspected, it is from that first marker light above the driver's seat. But today, yeah, today I'm gonna at least get that first light up and sealed, and then I'm gonna continue on. I will check back with you guys in a little bit once this storm passes and I can get to work on it. That was lightning. I hope I don't get struck by lightning. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit.